Welcome to the tutorial video on how to replace the ambient light harness for the Endeavour 3 GT. Use your hand to gently lift one corner of the grip tape on the deck to expose the screws underneath. I've cut the grip tape covering the screws so you can easily see where they're located. To remove the deck, you'll need a 3mm hex wrench. When using a power wrench, ensure it remains perpendicular to the screws while removing them. This will help prevent scratching the screws. Once all the screws are removed, you can lift the deck by hand to detach it. First, let's find the ambient light harness inside the packaging bag. We can directly use scissors to cut the harness here. This way, you can easily peel off the waterproof adhesive and the harness from here. First, let's pull out the clip here to disconnect the power from the controller. Use a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the screws that secure the light bracket. Use scissors to cut the zip ties that secure the live wire on the light bracket. Next, disconnect all the light harness connections and then remove the light module from the light bracket. We will remove all the harnesses that need to be replaced from the light bracket. Let's take out the front lights connector. You can see it's a wiring harness like this, so we're going to thread it through the gap in the battery. The gap here is pretty small, so I recommend using an Allen wrench or some tweezers to pull the wiring harness out. Use scissors to cut the zip tie on the front ambient light wiring. You'll see that the ambient light and the front light are separate wiring harnesses. So, the process for replacing the front ambient light is the same as for the rear ambient light. Use a 4mm Allen wrench to remove the screws securing the front plate bracket. We need to remove the bushing and install it onto the new plate bracket. Next, we need to replace the wiring junction box. Typically, we apply adhesive to the bottom of the wiring junction box. If it's hard to remove, you can break it off directly. We need to apply force and press down on the wiring junction box to push it out from the suspension. We can see that the front light wire connects to the wiring junction box, so we'll unwrap the tape and replace it. To reinstall the wiring junction box, we just need to follow the steps to restore it. Hold the wiring junction box in place with your hand and then install the front license plate bracket. This will prevent the junction box from being crushed or damaged by the bracket. Once you've confirmed there's no pressure, simply tighten the screws. Using the footage from the previous video, I'll demonstrate how to connect the ambient light wire and pass it through the screw hole. Locate the matching arrow and connect the wiring harness. Pass the wiring harness through the hole in the middle of the screw. When connecting to the front light, please take out the new ambient light wiring. First, insert the red connector into the ambient light wiring. This way, you can refer to the same color for connections, ensuring there are no mistakes. Connect both the front and rear ambient lights in the same way. Pass the ambient light wiring harness through the other end of the battery. The wiring for the rear ambient light will be much shorter than the front, but the connection method is the same. Take out the new light control wire, disconnect the harness from the controller, and then replace it. Next, we will reinstall the light module and connect the wiring harness. First, pass the harness through the light bracket. If the front ambient light does not have an installed connector, please flip the connector so that the red wire is on the left and the black wire is on the right. Make sure not to connect them incorrectly. Pass the ambient light wire through here. Take out the light module and connect the wiring harness. The wiring voltage for the front light is different from that of the other lights. Connecting them incorrectly may cause irreversible damage, so please be careful. Please note that for the front ambient light wiring harness, it occupies the position of the power connector. To avoid damaging the harness, we recommend keeping it away from the power interface during installation. Let's first power on the system for testing and check if all the lights can be lit. Once we confirm that everything is working fine, we can proceed with the installation. Once we confirm that there are no issues, we'll secure the power cable back to the light fixture. When reinstalling the bracket, please ensure that the wiring harness is not pinched, and then tighten the screws by hand. Finally, reinstall the panel. This concludes the video. Thank you for watching.